Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to Toy Talks. How y'all ladies feeling?
Doing
How
good,
you
doing good.
doing?
All right. So I wanted to reintroduce you guys to the audience. We have Miss Dawn, my lovely, lovely Miss Dawn. We have my vivacious, oh, my baby cakes, Riri. And of
Yes.
course, it always happens on Toya Talks. We always have that one person that just is struggling to get in, Mr. Lester. But hopefully, he'll get in and well, that was his introduction. Anyway, tonight's topic is on healthy versus unhealthy relationships. I want to dive in and see what you ladies think. I'll start with you, Miss Dawn. What do you think?
About what now? I wasn't
Healthy
paying attention.
versus unhealthy relationships. Let me define what a
Good.
healthy relationship is so we have a clear definition of what that is. A healthy
Okay.
relationship is when two people develop a connection based on mutual respect, trust, honesty, and support. And so, of course, an unhealthy relationship would be the opposite. Let's see. So, Ms. Dawn, what do you think about unhealthy relationships? What do you think makes a relationship unhealthy?
Well, an unhealthy relationship is any time I feel that when you go into a relationship with someone and you feel that you have to change everything about you to make that person happy. You know, you go into a relationship being yourself, but that's what you should, at least you should be yourself going in. And if that person so was attracted to you like that, then you shouldn't have to change anything along the way. You know, I mean, there might be some tweaking, but you should never go to a point where you feel totally uncomfortable by what they're asking to make them happy, you know?
I agree. What you
I
think,
second
Miss
that.
Ree?
I think the same thing. I feel like a relationship should be based off your true feelings, your true self. You shouldn't have to basically become somebody that you're honestly not. So yeah, I kind of second with basically everything what Miss Dawn said. That's actually the truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I also believe a healthy relationship is prioritizing people in your life correctly. I think
Yeah.
that as
Yeah.
women, we have a tendency to we allow people into our lives, but we don't necessarily let them go as easy. And so when you prioritize those people and you make people, important to you, or that present themselves as important, I think
Right.
then if they're not, then you should get rid of those people. And that took a lot of work, though. I didn't always have that, clear understanding of what a healthy relationship is. And I think that has a lot to do with childhood. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're a product of what we see.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe the same
Right.
thing because, you know, always in, through the previous relationships, I always did everything to take care of that other person, to make sure everything was right for that other person, and then just put myself on the side,
Yeah.
and when you finally get to a point where you wore out, then you're ready just to walk away because then you have nothing left for yourself. And then what possibly could have been maybe a good relationship is now over because you're done, you know.
Yeah. So, do you think that your upbringing has a lot to do with you knowing the difference between a healthy and an unhealthy relationship?
I think so, yeah.
I feel the same as well. Yes. But see, my kind of thing is I used to be so quick to just be like, forget you. I cut you off in a heartbeat and wouldn't even look back, wouldn't look forward. I'd be
I'm
like,
with
oh, okay. And then like, oh, okay, so my nutrient, I honestly, no, I'm being honest. We talking right. I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
I
Give it
used
to
to
me.
cut. I used to cut them off in a heartbeat and move on to the next one in a heartbeat. So once I did finally get in the relationship that I am in now, my serious relationship, it was hard because I'm used to fussing and being like, okay, you know what, you go ahead and you get out. You go ahead and you just dip. Like I'm just gonna leave you alone, and then I will just move on. But when you find somebody is that's right, is different. So I watched my mom and my dad go through a little bumps and bruises and they stayed together. So
Okay.
Now I'm at that point of being on that level of going through it and getting through it together. So
So you had a role model that you were able to look up to, your mom and your dad.
yeah.
See,
Hmm.
I was pretty much raised by my older sister Chantel. So like, I didn't have that to, I guess kind of sort of guide me. And life
Right.
was the biggest teacher of everything for this girl.
Correct.
And then I'm just gonna keep it all the way funky. It wasn't until I actually went and got help. And when I say got help, I went through counseling. And I was that girl that was like, I'm not gonna sit on nobody's couch and that and tell all of these folks my business. But
Hmm.
it's something about that just is so therapeutic that you can be, I'm talking about crazy honest and not have to, like, I don't know this lady and she can't say anything, and unless I'm trying to self-harm myself or something like that.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
it unlocked a lot of things for me. And for me, I was practicing unhealthy relationships because I had not fully dealt with my childhood traumas. And I think that we're a product of our environment.
Yeah, I believe so. There's something about talking to a counselor. They don't know you. They're not going to judge you, and you know that in those four walls, whatever you say is going to stay in those four walls. So you
Yep.
tend, and that's even talking to anybody. I can talk easily, easier to someone I don't know than a friend, a sister, or whatever. There's just
Yeah.
something about talking to somebody that's outside of the whole picture, that has nothing, doesn't know anything about your history, that makes it easier to talk to them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I printed out some things. I know you ladies were pointing out some habits of unhealthy versus healthy, right? So healthy is, of course, when you have trust, is supportive, isn't controlling, doesn't play games. That's for you, Ree.
That
Encouraging
sounds
growth.
about right.
Accept boundaries. I think that is so crucial to having a healthy relationship, is having clear
Hmm.
boundaries. Because I'm intentional on who I allow in my space, and I don't care if that's friendships, relationships, whatever it is. I want to be clear on what space are you holding up. Are you bringing good vibes? Because if you're not, tell you don't have no kind of time. It says isn't afraid of conflict. I don't know about that. Encourages individualities, and I think in any relationship, we're not just talking about like female and male. Any relationship, I think that you have to understand that you're two different people.
Right.
Um,
Well, the
one,
thing about being afraid of conflict, you there's going to be conflict in the relationship.
yeah,
you
Right.
know Two people are not going to think the same way at all time, at all times. So you have to be able to look, to be a part of that conflict. If you're afraid of it, you just don't be alone.
and guess what? That's so true though, because I was
That
a
part.
runner. I was a runner, y'all.
That
Like the
part.
minute that there was conflict, I always wanted to escape. Like I didn't want to deal
Mhm.
with it. And again, that stems from my childhood trauma. I never liked conflict, and so I guess that's why I wasn't. But I guess I was good. I was with my ex-husband for 14 years, so I guess it worked for me in some kind of way. I don't, I don't know how he dealt with me, but I was a hot
Okay.
mess back then. Thank God for growth. But
Yes.
I
Yes.
saw
Yes.
something Maya Angelou had said. She said, "Never make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option." And I was like, "You better say that,
Mm.
Miss Maya."
I feel that, ma'am. Yes.
Mhm.
It's like
Yes.
that was just so good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How have y'all relationships changed you, good or bad? Ree?
I, um.
Be careful with your words. This
I
but
have to,
keep
because
it raw.
I don't know who following me. I don't know who know his people, and girl.
I don't want
But
to upset
no,
nobody's
honestly,
household.
okay. But no, I can honestly say mine was a work in progress.
Hmm.
but it literally changed for the better. I wouldn't say it was the worst. It took a lot of communication, a lot of dedication, a lot of like, we had our crying days, we had our fighting days, our fussing days. Like you go through it. It's just, is the situation going to keep moving forward with you? Or you guys putting this in the past and you pushing forward? And that's the level I feel like my relationship I'm in now, I feel like is motivating me to push forward. And I feel like I motivate him so much that he's accomplishing more than what I'm accomplishing at the moment. So I had to like sit back, like, wait, okay, so he's doing it. So now you gotta pushing forward and this and that. But I would say for the better.
That's good. That's good.
I say for the better.
And how long
For
have
now.
y'all been together?
But nah. Anyway. We've been together for 4 years.
Okay.
It was 1 year he was incarcerated, and the other 3 years he's been home.
That's good. Miss Dawn, what about you, my lady?
Well, my past relationships did wrong, just pushed me in the wrong direction, because
Yes.
I carried the pains from previous relationships to the next one. So I put up walls, and I handled them differently because of what the person before
Baggage.
me, right. I carried the baggage along with me. And then when Marty and I got together, we both came from failed marriages, and we're still, we're on that road of just self-destruction, I guess.
Oh.
So we both decided, well, his son, who was probably about 17 at the time, I guess, 18, he told his daddy, before you can love, you gotta love God.
Oh.
So Marty and I both decided that we were going to find a church, and that we were going to go into our relationship with God. And it has made a total difference. Now, do we still make mistakes? Yes. We're not perfect, but we've grown, and just having that first person in our relationship, and a second, makes a big difference, and it's still a growing and it's still a learning, but it's way better than anything I ever had before.
And how long are you and Mr. Marty going on?
We are together 12 years, and we will be married 7 years this year.
I was about to say, don't forget how long you've been.
2013. We got married in 2013.
I think for me, go ahead, Ree.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I want to say, I think all of my failed relationships was on that, like the baggage and bringing everything forward to like every relationship I went to. Because like I said in the beginning, I was so quick to just like cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if this person did me something, I'm looking for you to do the same thing.
Right.
And the next one, I'm looking for you to do the same thing. I'm looking for you to do something similar to what that he did, but in a different way. So I'm at a point to where I was at a point, I rephrase it. I was at a point to where I was like, I would try to be 10 steps ahead of the dude, regardless. Because I'm like, I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I'm not trying to get my feelings too deeply involved. And then boom, is like, now we back to square one again. So I totally understand what you said about that, but that was something that was the main thing I had to let go in order for my relationship to keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think that we suffer with vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I say that is, oh my God, I listened. If y'all haven't heard of her, her name is Brene Brown. I'm telling you, she is phenomenal. So I watched her on Netflix, and she has a series, I guess, I don't know what you call it exactly, but it's called A Call to Courage. And she talks about vulnerability. And I was like, I hated being vulnerable. But if you are not vulnerable, you're blocking yourself from being loved, like completely loved, right? And I didn't look at it like that. And here it is, this woman was reading me from left to right. I was like, Oh my goodness. She was like, yes, you want to put up those blockers, like you said, like, I don't want to
Right.
get hurt, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And yeah, you can protect yourself like that, but you also are putting up a wall for you to be loved, for you to be cared for, all of those great emotions that come with, healthy relationships as well. And it wasn't until I looked at that, and it was through my counselor. Shout out to my counselor, even though I don't remember her name. But
Can I get her number, please? Because I just was saying,
look,
I
she
need to
in
give me a
Atlanta though.
compliment.
I do know her last
Right,
name is Miss Johnson, but I don't remember, because I always called her by her last name. I don't remember her first name, but I got you. I'm telling you, she was so good. She was so good. But I think that's yeah. Shout out to Miss Johnson. I know, right? Miss Johnson probably see me and be like, "Oh Lord, I had to do some work with her." It's
that was the
working.
one. That was the one, Miss Johnson.
It was. And for me, I had a lot of people that were just taking up space.
Right.
Like just wasted space. And I'm no disrespect to anybody. It was more so because I allowed myself to be attached to unhealthy relationships that I knew weren't going anywhere. But that was that form of comfort, like I know this person. Oh, what, you ever looked at your phone and like, what he want? Or what she want?
Right.
People in your life. And
right.
so I didn't want to have that anymore. And so that's why I'm very intentional on who I allow in my space. And I'm quick to cut people off, but I have to have a clear vision of why I don't need you in my space. I'm not just cutting you off because you just did something out of the blue. Like, it's like a for real situation that I'm working on myself to become the better version of myself that I can be. And so it's necessary. It's definitely necessary. I wanted to ask Miss Dawn something, and I swear my brain just went blank.
Look, I was just saying I need to give me a notepad and a pen so I can write my questions down, because I had some too and I missed them.
I know. Well, guess what? Let's go and see if the people have some questions. I know I've been seeing stuff on here. Let's see.
Did share it on my page?
I know I will be able to when this is over. Miss Demira from last week, she said counseling is worth it. You just have to have the right therapist. I agree. Having the right therapist is crucial, because if you don't have the right one, and for me, you know what I wanted to say too? I don't want a therapist that don't have a therapist, because we all need help.
Most therapists have issues. That's why they go into therapy. But most psychologists have issues, and they go into it to figure out what's wrong with themselves, and then they become counselors for everybody else.
Mr. Terrence said, I walk away from it. I don't know what he walked away from. I'm hoping not the conflict, because you have to be able to deal with that in a healthy way. I don't think walking away from anything is going to make it better. I learned that the hard way.
Facts. That's all true.
I have me
Terrence
a little.
said, I'm taking notes. We see you, Terrence. My cousin Chabrel said, Queen Ree.
Hey, my baby. Hi, I miss you. That's good.
Okay, that's my baby. We have a question. I don't know. This is not on our topic, but we're gonna answer it anyway. Terrence said, "Is it a man's job to take care of someone else's kids?"
Ooh,
well, let me just say this. If a grown man is in a relationship knowing that she had children before, and it's a package deal. Now, if
he said if he don't have kids, then I say if you don't want to deal with that, don't deal with someone that have kids.
Thank you.
I mean, I have a daughter, and there is no me without her.
Right. It's a package deal.
I have a son, and it's no me without him. And I would say, if you're messing with someone that has a child, you have to understand and realize that coming into that situation, that person may not want you to come to the situation as being a father. You can just come in as being a parent.
Or a role model even,
a role model. You can be anything. You don't have to think that, okay, because majority of the time, the men are scared because they don't want to become a father, especially if they don't have kids. But you have to understand that it's a situation that you're putting yourself into. What are you giving? What are
Mhm.
you telling her? What are you doing for this child to make this child feel as if, and if the child gets attached to you, it's something about you that they like. Because if a child doesn't like a person, they're not going to get attached to them.
Mm-mm.
They're
That's
they're,
true.
No.
they're going to make it their business to remove themselves or whatever the situation is, or try to break up whatever the situation is. So if you don't want to be a part of that, or if there's something that you're not willing to do,
Don't
then you
attach
should just
yourself.
don't attach yourself, cancel the whole
Yeah.
situation.
Well,
But if that's something that you do want to do, don't be scared to do it. Just understand that you are just becoming a bonus parent. Because I'm a bonus parent. My boyfriend, he has a daughter, and then I have a son. So
I'm a
together it's
bonus
just like,
parent of two, total three.
okay, yes.
Get your life.
And honestly, I love it. So it depends on the person. So if you are messing with someone who has a child, and if you love that child and feel as if that child is yours, then yeah, you go for it for the situation. But if you feel as if you're in it for the lady or what's in between the lady, then that's what you got to stay on. You got
So
to
we
pick a
answered
side
your
there.
question, Mr. Terrence. We have another one.
Do what you
Angie,
do, Mr. Terrence.
I, my cousin Angela. Oh, shout out to Angela. Angela has a podcast that's called Sincerely Angie. Y'all need to check that out. But Angie
Okay.
said, I am between passive and let's talk about it. I don't mind walking away from someone who doesn't bring peace and other time. I'm sorry, peace and other times. I need to sit down and talk about it. Okay, we see you.
right. Yep.
See you. Oh, Angela also said that she saw the Netflix series on for Miss Brene Brown. I'm telling you, it changed me. Get on it.
Yeah, you had to send me that. You had to send it to me, and I'm gonna go look on it as soon as we get off
Got
here.
you.
Any other questions?
Let me see. I think
I got a watch party going on, and my people are sleeping
with
over
the
here on my watch
oh.
party.
Now
I
you
guess they
know
got all
Chauffeur,
good stuff
because
going on in their lives. They don't have no comments.
Terrence said I'm a boxer, 2 jobs, no kids. Okay, we get it, Terrence. But if you don't want to deal with that,
Don't get in
all
a
I'm
relationship
saying
with
is
them
just
kids.
find. There are women out there that do not have kids,
Hey, baby boy.
but that's all I can say about that.
My baby came join us.
Oh, I'm terrified of dogs, but hey.
Now Terrence been upset everybody, all of the females on the live, because everybody's like, no
Oh.
me without him. No. I mean,
Period. Y'all better let him know. But you gotta understand that's how it is. Because they have some men that has lost their wives, or just they have their daughters or sons. So you will respect the same. You will want. I'm sorry. You will want the same outcome if the situation was on the other hand. If you didn't have
that's
kids,
true.
and um. Okay, I don't have kids, and I meet my boyfriend. He got a daughter. I'm not gonna just say, okay, well, I'm not gonna deal with your daughter. If I'm dealing with you, you got to deal with both.
Well, when Marty and I got together, my children are grown. My kids are in their 30s.
Hmm.
His daughter was 4 when we met.
Okay.
Mhm.
And it took me a long time to decide if I wanted to have a child that young in my life again.
Mhm.
Because if, say, something would have happened to her mom, she would have been living with us. And then
Sure.
I would have been raising a daughter that I stopped having kids at 30. I wouldn't have them no more, you know.
I stopped at
Okay.
18.
But
21 and done.
see, yeah. But just to say, it's like, you have to weigh in on that child. That child is
Yeah.
part of that relationship,
Yeah.
and
And
you
I
got,
think that that's a
yeah.
great point, Miss Dawn. You have to be willing to
Mhm.
not just accept someone with children, but understand that if something happened, you have to be willing to step in,
Hmm.
completely step
At
in.
any time. At
Yeah,
any time. No
Yep.
that
matter
is
what the
so true.
situation is.
Oh
That
Yep.
is
yeah.
so true. Well, it looks like we did not get a chance to speak with Mr. Lester. Hopefully, in the upcoming weeks, we'll bring him on. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. I didn't want to hold you ladies too long, 30 minutes or less. I wanted to know, I know you have some things going on. You want to tell the
Mhm.
people what you do? Anything that you want to promote?
Right now I'm kind of low key because I have something in works, but real soon you will be seeing a new business coming from me. But I am a licensed cosmetologist. I do hair, actually do any and everything there is. Only thing I don't do at the moment is dread. But besides that, that's it. I am literally your one-stop shop. And basically that's what you guys will be seeing very, very soon. I do makeup, I do hair, I do parties, I do different arts and crafts. So
Oh
it's really
Lord.
honestly nothing. I will leave my information down below in the live video once we get finished if you want to come look at any of my work or see
Yes.
anything. It was great talking to you guys.
Same
Thanks
Nice
for
here.
meeting you,
And
Miss
before
Dawn.
you finish, I wanted to say how I knew Ree. I met Ree through my sister because Ree does my sister hair. And so that's
Right.
how I met her. So I know that her work is really, really good. Miss Dawn, do you have anything that you want to promote or that you're working on?
No, ma'am. I just go to work and come home.
Okay, well, me too. But I got Toy Talks. And another thing, too, y'all. I wanted to tell everybody last week I had Ms. Damara on. She was my co host last week. And she has a book that I started reading. And it is called The Evolution of a Single Mother. And then it's like Beyond Survival. When I tell you it is so good, it's like amazing. I'm not saying that because she was just my co-host. I love the way she has it broken up. She has little scriptures that she can, that you can revert back to. She
Oh,
has like
wow.
little sections that you could take notes after everything. She asks you questions to get you thinking. And I think it's so great because she has the ebooks for only $5. Y'all, that's less than a
And
meal.
I was just about to
Less
ask
than a
that.
meal. Come on, y'all. It's only $5. All y'all have to
Right.
do is go to my personal page and you'll be able to see it. But again, I'll leave that in the description bar. $5. Let's support our black businesses. Let's support our people
Yes, ma'am.
and all of our people, but for sure, I definitely want y'all to check that ebooks out and check Miss Rhea out. She is really, really talented. Ladies, I am so appreciative of y'all coming to kick it with me on Toya Talk. It was great having y'all.
Thank you for
Thank you,
inviting
ma'am.
us.
All right, good night, y'all. Till next
All
time,
right.
Toya Talks
See you
right
later.
here, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
You
Y'all
go,
be
girl.
blessed.
She done ran off on you.
Oh Lord.
I had all my people on here.